It's also the time of the year throughout our community where we start to recognize those making a massive impact all throughout the different areas of our community, whether it's out on the trails, at our volunteer events, or even our kids in our local communities. And one organization that recognizes our kids each and every year for their accomplishments in and outside of the classroom is West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. Their annual awards ceremony is coming up very soon. And joining us to tell us more about Youth Assistance and their annual recognition awards is Carol Finkelstein, one of their board members. Carol, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate the opportunity to tell you about this amazing organization and this amazing event.
Yeah, it really is a great organization that is so helpful for our kids in our local community. And it's not necessarily unique to West Bloomfield. There are youth assistance organizations all throughout our local area and throughout our local school districts. But for those that are unfamiliar with West Bloomfield Youth Assistance, what is the organization and what services does it provide to our kids?
So, Youth Assistance is an Oakland County program that is a tri-party uh, agreement between the circuit court, the local school districts, and local municipalities. Local school districts have a caseworker assigned to each office, and they provide confidential, free counseling services to students and families. The programs are designed to be both preventative and to intervene when a student has gotten themselves into a little bit of trouble, and to help divert them back and get them back on the right path. Youth Assistance provides a whole host of different opportunities here within West Bloomfield, including the Youth Recognition Awards that we're going to talk about today. Parenting on the Go video series to help parents, Mentors Plus mentoring, and need-based scholarships for students to attend either camps or other activities in our community.
And Carol, what sort of results do end up coming through from kids participating in youth assistance, whether they're referred or they go themselves to this organization to say, hey, I need some assistance?
So a lot of times the schools, or it could be the police department, or it could be the courts. It could be a lot of people that, even the parents themselves, that will refer kids to youth assistance for counseling. Especially as we all know, in teenage years, kids can tend to make some choices that are not the best choices. And by going through that one-on-one counseling with a professional caseworker, the kids get back on the straight and narrow. They may become involved in different community activities. Their truancy rates may drop. They may, it's a very positive thing, and there's no cost to families, and it really helps the students and the families to be successful.
It's a really important set of programs that they have at West Bloomfield Youth Assistance all throughout our community. They do such amazing work to help kids that are in need and are in a bit of a tumultuous spot in their schooling or in their personal life, or both. And all the more reason it's important for our community to know about these services. If you want to know more about West Bloomfield Youth Assistance, learn about its programs, learn about its services, get yourself involved, you can also join along with them by visiting wbyyouthassistance.org. wbyyouthassistance.org, or you can also find them on Facebook at WB Youth Assistance. Joining us on the program today, we have Carol Finkelstein from West Bloomfield Youth Assistance, and also a newer member of their board too, who's been with this organization for well over a year and has also had some experience now working with the organization to help kids throughout our community. Connie Kanoyton is also with us today on the Splash Live. Connie, thank you for being with us today, and for you
Well,
as
good
a newer
morning,
member.
Tyler.
Appreciate
Good
having you
morning,
on.
Tyler, and good morning, my chair, Carol. How's everyone doing this morning?
Doing fantastic, Connie, and so glad to have you with us. And as a newer member
Thank you.
of the organization, you've been able to see sort of a more recent point of view of how these kids have been helped by West Bloomfield Youth Assistance, and especially in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, we're 4 years removed from the beginning of that, but the effects are still lingering on our kids. So from your perspective, just how helpful have these resources from West Bloomfield Youth Assistance been from what you've
It's
seen so
been
far?
very helpful. It's been very helpful for all of our youth. We have a number of programs, as Carol, I'm sure she shedded some lights and mentor program where we actually mentor the children, take them to different events, and get to know them better. We also have the parenting to go, and of course, we have well, right now we have a skill building and a camp scholarship. We have the casework management program at no cost to all of the West Bloomfield school district. So we have a number of programs to help these students, stay on the right track.
And at the board level, Connie, how have these programs been developed in recent years or been added on to in recent years to take into effect the needs of kids today? What sort of work has your board been focused on of late?
Focused on helping them to understand the importance of staying in school. As you know, we have a number of students in the West Bloomfield school district, just helping them with the court system and the case management, just helping them stay on the right track is what we really focus on.
Joining us on the program today, Connie Kanoyton, as well as Carol Finkelstein from the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance Board. They have a special event coming up in May 1st at 6 o'clock p.m. West Bloomfield Youth Assistance will hold their annual Recognition Awards. That will be at the West Bloomfield Middle School in their auditorium. And Carol, it's important, too, as we talk about all these different intervention and prevention services for kids that are maybe at a troubled point in their life. It's also important to recognize that a lot of these kids, some through these services or through their own through their own actions, are also making a huge impact on their community in their school and outside. And that's really what these awards are all about. So tell us about the Youth Recognition Awards and how your board takes the efforts of our kids in our classrooms across West Bloomfield and gives them their due recognition every year.
Thank you for asking, Tyler. We have so many kids that are doing so many amazing things within our community, all sorts of volunteer things, whether it might be mentoring other children, it may be reading to kids, it could be any one of a number of different activities. And we are so proud that will be our 28th annual Recognition Awards. Members of our school community, members of the church and the religious community, police officers, other community organizations, anyone can nominate a child for youth recognition for doing these amazing things that they're doing. And this year, I am beyond proud to say we have more than 50 kids that will be recognized on May 1st.
And Carol, for you as a board member, not only of West Bloomfield Youth Assistance, but also on the school board, now how does this make you feel then to see that these kids, what they're learning, the 4 C's and the aspects of the portrait of a graduate, and all the things that the school district and a school board has been implementing from an academic standpoint, how does it feel for you to see that these kids are not only embracing that, they're making it a core part of who they are?
Oh, 100%. There is a reason that I stepped up to chair this year's event. Is because I am so proud of all of these kids, and they exemplify the 4 C's. They are productive, amazing members of our community, and all of their work really deserves to be recognized. You know, a lot of times kids only get recognition for the bad things, but this is an opportunity for us to really shine a spotlight on all of the amazing things that are happening within our community and by these amazing young people. And we're talking about kids as young as elementary school level all the way through high school.
And that's what's really key about this, Carol. It's a good point that you made, is that we're recognizing kids all throughout the West Bloomfield School District, not just the oldest kids that really understand the impact that they're having, but those kids that are learning that this is an important thing to do, to volunteer in your community, to make an impact on other people that is positive and productive. And so, Connie, for you, as you interpret all that and as you continue your work with the board, why is it important from Youth Assistance's perspective, not only to help the kids in need, but to give that due recognition to kids that are taking initiative to be really significant, positive members of our community?
It means a lot to us. It gives us an opportunity to really express, the way for all our efforts that these children are really stepping up. You know, we have children this year that have volunteered their time. One in Pacific, she raised over $500 selling socks to help the homeless. We have also one particular child that is now helping all of his and her peers, learn, get the learning that they need in order to pass the SAT. So they're stepping up, doing a whole lot. And it means a lot to our board that these children are recognized every year. This year is our 28th year, as you stated before. We're going on 3 decades now, honoring these students, and we're excited. We want everyone to come out, volunteer their time if they want to, that would be fantastic. So we're excited. I could not have done it this year without Carol. Carol and Jennifer, they have been exceptional, just exceptional. And I'm just excited, just so excited about this year.
Connie Kanoyton and Carol Finkelstein are with us from the Awards Committee with West Bloomfield Youth Assistance. Their annual Youth Recognition Awards coming up May 1st, 6 o'clock p.m. at West Bloomfield Middle School. You can learn more information about the event on wbyouthAssistance.org. And Carol, Connie gave some great examples about some of these kids that are going to be recognized at this 28th annual event. And you mentioned it earlier on. They're nominated by people from all different sectors of the community, and that's what's also important to recognize here is these kids are not just making an impact in the classroom or making an impact in their day-to-day activities. They are really touching and impacting every corner of our community.
Absolutely, Tyler. And there are so many amazing stories that people will hear about on May the 1st. So we encourage you to tune in because it will be recorded and replayed by Civic Center TV, and we appreciate that, Tyler. And join us in person at the middle school. Come help us celebrate these amazing students and hear the amazing stories and the amazing things that they're doing.
Connie, you heard the stories. You had been prompted to get involved, and you have over the last couple of years, joining Youth Assistance, being part of the awards committee. So for those that out in the community, adults that want to make an impact on our next generation, why should they consider also joining and volunteering with West Bloomfield Youth Assistance?
It's fulfilling. That's the reason why I actually came on board with youth assistance, because it's fulfilling. It gives you a chance to actually observe and see what these youth are doing. You're out in the community, you're doing things, you're helping them feel good about themselves, and you're jumping in there and you're doing something that's worthy. You're giving back to the community. That's one thing that I really like. I like to give back to the community. When I used to go and read in the schools, that was one of the most fulfilling things that I enjoyed. I really did. I enjoyed it, so it's always about giving back to your community. It's important.
It is, and it's also nice as you're giving back to get to have those interactions, to see the impact that the kids are having
Absolutely.
on the community, and be able to recognize that we don't have to worry so much about this next generation. They're already in good hands with themselves and for our communities. Connie, Carol, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Tyler. Now we hope to see you there. I did. I do want to see you, Tyler.
I will do my best to be out there May 1st at West Bloomfield Middle
Okay.
School for this recognition and
And
hopefully have a
Tyler,
chance to
let
thank some of these
everyone
kids.
know. Tyler, let everyone know that they are welcome to visit our website and take a look at what we're doing. And also, please come out that night. They can volunteer their times. They can contact me on with my email address. It's on our website, and we'll be glad to have them to volunteer.
Absolutely.